Bok choy stir fry looks downright simple, but it is deceptively tricky to recreate it at home if you want to cook it just like the Chinese restaurant. Hi, I'm Kitty Kwan. This bok choy stir fry recipe will address all these nitty-gritty. I use a combination of high heat, and I keep the liquid in the wok to minimum, and I separate to cook the stem and the leaves when I cook the large bok choy. And of course, I will show you how to make the sauce. So keep watching. Here is a step-by-step breakdown of my methods to recreate this iconic Chinese dish at home. First, let's take a look at the baby bok choy. Since baby bok choy is only about 2 to 3 inches long, it is better not to cut them or remove the leaves to preserve the appearance. Rinse the baby bok choy with tap water in a large container or pot. Change the water 2 to 3 times to remove all the dirt and sand. Then place the bok choy in a colander to drain the excess water. As for the large bok choy, since they are larger, cut off half to 1 centimeter of the stem from the root portion. Separate each stalk and wash separately, either using running water or plunge a few times into a pot of water to remove the dirt. Next, cut or snap each stalk crosswise to separate the leaves and the stems. Drain the leaves and stalks separately in different colanders. Cut the stems on the bias to break the fiber. By doing so, the stem will become just tender crisp and does not need to cook excessively long to make it soft, as the color of bok choy will turn down if you cook it too long. How about the seasonings? Garlic is the primary ingredient that you must have. Coarsely chop the garlic for stir-fry bok choy. There is no need to finely chop or mince the garlic, which in fact has a counter effect. Since stir-frying involves high heat, finely chopped garlic tends to burn quickly during the process. The second item is ginger. It is always great to add 2 to 3 thinly sliced ginger along with the garlic. If you want to prepare a more savory version, I suggest using a simple sauce. That's how I do it. Combine the following ingredients in a small bowl: oyster sauce, soy sauce, sesame oil, some water, mix and then pour it into a small pan. Bring it to a boil to thicken it slightly. You can use this sauce to drizzle on the bok choy before serving. I'll cook one after another. Let's start with the baby bok choy. Heat some oil in a wok. Add the coarsely chopped garlic and ginger. Saute over low to medium heat until fragrant and turn slightly brown. High heat is not recommended as it will burn the garlic quickly. Now add the baby bok choy. Turn to high heat. Make sure the baby bok choy is well drained in the colander to keep it dry. You will hear the loud sizzling sound once you add the bok choy into the wok. Continue to stir fry over high heat to generate the wok aroma. And season the bok choy with salt, sugar, and white pepper anytime during the stir frying process. Whenever the liquid in the wok starts to dry out, add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water to the wok and continue stir fry over high heat. Try to keep minimum water in the wok, as too much water will reduce the wok aroma. There should be a constant sizzling sound throughout the stir frying process. Check the doneness, and of course the best way is to get one to eat and test. And dish out immediately when the bok choy is tender crisp. If it is not done yet, add another tablespoon of water to stir fry further. Keep an eye on the color of the bok choy, as they will lose a vibrant color if you overcook it. As for the large bok choy, I will cook the leaves and the stem separately. That's because the stem takes much longer time to cook until tender and soft. Just like stir frying the small bok choy, heat some oil in the wok over low to medium heat and saute the garlic and ginger until aromatic. Then add the sliced bok choy stems and stir fry over high heat. And do the same thing just like the baby bok choy. Add a tablespoon of water at a time when it is too dry. Keep adding a small amount of water over high heat until the stems are tender crisp. Remove the stems from the wok. Now saute the remaining garlic and ginger until aromatic. Add the bok choy leaves and stir fry until they start to wither, which will take about a minute or two. Season the bok choy with some salt and sugar. And of course, along the way, you need to add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water should you find that it is too dry. Return the nearly cooked stem to the wok, mix with the leaves. Continue stir frying over high heat until the water is nearly dry out. Then transfer it to the serving plate. Drizzle the sauce on the bok choy before serving. I do not suggest to stir fry the bok choy with the sauce, although I term it as stir fry sauce, as I prefer to retain the color of the bok choy and use the sauce as dressing. That's how I make the bok choy stir fried. If you want to get the recipe, I've included it in the description right below the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and give me a like. And I'll see you again very soon in some other similar video. Bye for now.